It's the B block of the Media Virus podcast. B block number 229, right? Yeah, 229.
Yeah, 229.
And it's been a while since we've talked to Rex Cootermoore, and we have him on the show. How you doing, Rexy?
Well, not so good since that orange Muppet got into office.
Well, I mean, we try not to be too political here on the show, but I mean, one of the things I always ask, whether whenever anybody starts complaining about a president, whether it's either way, how has him being president affected you directly? You know what I mean?
Well, ICE got me. I'm back to Tijuana, and the guy has nothing but stuffing for brains.
Now, I didn't know you were from Tijuana. I thought you just went there for a while. But are you Mexican?
No, that's the problem. They move so fast with this stuff. I was on a bus overnight, and I'm trying to figure out how I get back.
Well, what have you tried so far?
A few things that I'm not very proud of.
I wouldn't be very proud of them either, Rexy. I mean, I'd imagine they were pretty degrading things that you had to do.
A few things.
But has there anything else been going on? I mean, when you're talking, I mean, what difference does it make what the president of the United States does?
I love Trump. What are you talking about?
Well, you said
Orange Muppet.
You said that since that Orange Muppet.
Yeah, Ernie. He's the block captain on Sesame Street.
Why?
That no good stuffing for brains, homophobic, bastard.
I think it's just because that you're on the snuggle offenders list on that street.
Listen, I did my duty. I knocked on all the doors, and I've stayed at least 6 feet away from a playground.
6 feet?
Yeah, 6 feet away from the playground.
Well,
I mean, to be fair, 6 feet is a little farther for Rexy than it is for you and me.
That's true. That's like
it's proportional. You know what I mean? Like, I put at least one van length between me and the kids. But did you guys hear that I'm doing PSAs now?
Well, that was another thing, because you might not be aware of this, Rexy, but we have actually forged a real partnership with a company. We have a sponsor now, and they're a natural wellness shop in Wilmington.
Wow!
And now, because we're doing commercials, we have to be doing PSAs. It's part of the fairness doctrine, I think.
Yeah, well, I'm real excited. I think it's going to be like one of those, Captain Planet ads, or when they tell you in the end of the Yu-Gi-Oh episode, not to do crack. So, I'm real excited because I feel like a lot of people get their start with these kind of things.
All they told us at the end of G.I. Joe is don't set the kitchen on fire.
That's right.
It's a good one.
Don't play with power lines. And if a guy's got free candy, go with him.
Hey, I've definitely gone with a few strange men for candy.
You're also stuck in Tijuana.
Yeah, it's not that bad of a place. Detergent's really cheap. So is dryer sheets.
I mean, aren't you trying to get off the sauce, the sniffing sauce, so to speak?
I'm always trying to get off the sauce, but day by day, but that's what my PSA is actually about. So, you guys want to hear my PSA?
Yeah, you want to get into it? We'll frame you up here, and you can do your PSA. There you go. Go ahead, Rexy.
Hello, good people. I'm Rex Cootermoore, and today I've got a message that's as fresh as your laundry. If you know what I mean, we're here to talk about the menace lurking in your laundry room, dryer sheet abuse. At first glance, these little sheets seem innocent, softening your fabrics and adding that pleasant scent. But let me tell you, friends, when used improperly, they can unleash chaos beyond your wildest nightmares. Have you ever stopped to wonder what the chemical aroma is doing to your mind, your soul? I've seen things, I've smelled things, and it's like a bouquet of industrial chemicals mixed with a hint of suppressed insanity. Every sniff is a step further down the rabbit hole of fabric softener fanaticism. They say moderation is key, but I ask you, who decided that a little sniff isn't enough? What if those sheets are designed to lure us in, to make us dependent on that overpowering freshness? Once you inhale the essence, there's no going back. Friends, don't be smooth by the sweet, subtle scent. This is a call to action. Break from the tyranny of big dryer sheet abuse. Embrace your true unscented self and reclaim your freedom from this chemically induced euphoria. Remember, every sheet you misuse is another thread in the fabric of our enslavement. Think about it. What if every time you toss that sheet in the dryer, you were signing away a little piece of your mind? I'm not saying you must banish them entirely. I'm not even saying you got to cut back. I'm just saying you got to know what it does to you, and you got to be ready for it, you know. You got to know what to do with the dryer sheets when the dryer sheets, come calling, and you got to rub to your mom, and you got to take money out of her purse, and then you got to go buy the dryer sheets, and all of a sudden, you spiral down a rabbit hole, and you end up in Tijuana, and then you get fucked by a bunch of Mexican wrestlers and masks, and you got to be ready for all this stuff if you're going to engage in dryer sheet abuse. So don't do dryer sheets.
Okay. Sure. I feel like you might have gone a little off the rails at the end there, Rex.
All I'm saying is think before you sniff. And I'm telling you, it's worth it. It's definitely worth it, but it costs a lot.
Oh God.
You're all right over there, Matt?
I'm all right. Now you might be at home thinking, why is Maddie laughing so hard? This bit's not that funny. It's because it's a lot funnier than it should be. Because for the first time in Media Virus history, Bill was reading the script word for word
until he wasn't.
Until he wasn't. And that's what made that such a beautiful little behind the scenes. All right. Well, let's pay some bills, Mike.
All right. At Botana Organics, we believe wellness starts with the best nature has to offer. That's why we're committed to quality, carefully selecting every product to ensure it meets our highest standards. Our premium hemp, CBD, and THC products are organically grown, lab tested, and made with the cleanest ingredients. No shortcuts, no compromises. From calming oils to delicious gummies and soothing creams, every item is crafted to deliver the most optimal benefits to your body and mind. We take pride in doing the work, sourcing the finest cannabinoids to support your well-being, because you deserve products that are as pure and effective as they are safe. Experience the difference that thoughtful curation and premium quality can make. Visit Botana Organics today, where wellness is always grown with care. Botana Organics, cultivating wellness naturally.
Visit them at 3650 Silverside Road, Wilmington, Delaware, 19810, or check them out on the web at www.botanaorganics.com. All right. I like how Billy took the time to use the commercial break to kill Rex, apparently. I don't know. What did he do? All right. So, are you ready to, Rexy? Are you ready to perform your first telenovela?
Telenovela?
Telenovela. Were you huffing were you huffing dryer sheets during the break?
A little.
All right. So I know that you were you had started writing romance novels. So we took one of those romance novels and we developed a script.
We adapted a screenplay.
We adapted your novel into a screenplay.
Rex and romance.
That's right. So you are going to play Rex. Mike is going to be the narrator. And don't forget to be overly dramatic. And
when am I not?
And I'm going to be Isabella.
Isabella, that's a pretty name.
You came up with it.
Yeah. I've known about 15 Isabellas.
In the neon-soaked streets of Tijuana, where tacos are currency and tequila doubles as mouthwash, one legend roamed the night. A warrior. A man who desperately needed his underwear to smell like a meadow in springtime.
Read the stage direction.
I'm sorry. We zoom in on Rex as he dramatically tosses his laundry onto the counter. He's unveiling a treasure map.
I'm barely looking up. Welcome to Lavanderia, Isabella. We clean, we press, oh, mother of God, what is that smell?
That is the stench of battle.
That's the stench of feral raccoons in a sauna.
Isabella, I have traveled far and wide. Mostly because I got banned from every other laundromat. But you are my last hope.
Isabella pinches her nose shut and pokes the laundry with a pen as if it might attack.
Rex, these clothes feel like they were washed in motor oil and regret.
Close. Just dish soap and a Hail Mary.
Rex!
Listen, I just need them to smell. Smell like a dream. Something soft. Something that hugs you when you least expect it. Something that...
He shudders.
Makes you feel safe.
Isabella stares at him as she slowly pulls out a bottle of her finest, most illegal level potent fabric softener and holds it up like a priest brandishing holy water. And in that moment, Isabella wasn't just a laundromat owner. She was a healer, a miracle worker. Isabella carefully pours the softener into the machine. The air fills with the intoxicating scent of fresh roses and vanilla. Rex gasps, as if he's been baptized.
Oh, sweet lavender-scented baby Jesus.
Isabella rolls her eyes as she slams the washing machine shut. Rex clutches his chest as if experiencing religious ecstasy. The dryer hums softly. Time slows. The world fades away. Only the scent remains. For the first time in years, Rex Cootermoore knew peace. And also mild dizziness from excessive inhalation. The machine dings. Isabella pulls out the freshly softened laundry. Rex trembles as he reaches for it.
Go ahead, Rex. Smell the future.
Rex inhales, his pupils dilate. He clutches the fabric to his face, weeping softly.
I never knew that clothes could be this soft.
He falls to his knees. Isabella stands over him like a victorious gladiator.
Fabric softener, Rex. It's not just a luxury. It's a lifestyle.
Rex stands, a changed man. He bows deeply, then throws his newly softened cape over his shoulder, the scent trailing behind him like a mythical perfume.
Now that is a scent worth dying for.
Rex dramatically struts out into the night, ready to spread the gospel of fabric softener to the world. Fade to black.
That was, it's the end. That was good. That was, I mean, it was okay.
I mean, we got through it.
We got through it. Yeah, we got through it. All right.
Everybody hit their mark.
We did pull it off. Had it been funnier, it would have been funnier.
Eh.
All right. No, I think you did a great job, Rex. And we've got so much more.
You know what the problem was?
What's that, Rexy?
When I wrote that, that piece of erotica, there was a few more blowjobs in the middle that you guys cut out the script.
Well, we can't. I mean, it's not a family show, but I mean,
but that's why I agreed to do this whole romance novella thing, because I thought there were blowjobs in it.
From one of us?
I mean, I'm in Tijuana. I mean, at this point, I'll take it.
You can't find a blowjob in Tijuana, Rex? For fuck's sake!
Well, I'm broke.
That's where the lost blowjobs go. I mean, that's like when women get married. That's where their blowjobs all go.
Yeah, dude.
Tijuana.
Listen, in Tijuana, if you give enough blowjobs, you'll have enough money for a blowjob.
That's true.
There you go.
The exchange rate just isn't as good as what you'd think it would be.
Yeah.
Blowjob inflation. It's a real problem.
Blood, man. What the fuck?
I mean, they're kind of like pesos, right? Oh,
wow.
Cootermoore blowjob is like a peso. You can't get as many dollars for it as you'd like.
My hair's a little grayer than it was 20 years ago. And, I don't earn as many pesos as I used to when I was a young man.
That's why I shaved.
Is there more to that story? You just wanted to tell us that you're old and broke now.
I'm hoping that somebody takes pity on me and, brings me back to Sesame Street.
Let me tell you something. If there were audience members that had any kind of empathy whatsoever, we'd be rich. I'll tell you that right now.
And if we had a means of getting you on Sesame Street, don't you think you'd be on Sesame Street?
I've been on Sesame Street once, and that was it.
Was it you that tried to sell the 8 to Ernie?
I've done some things,
You got to snuck up to Ernie wearing a trench coat. As a hair. You want to buy an 8?
Hey, Bert. Bert. Look at the blue guy, Bert. Bert, he tried to sell me an 8.
Yeah, I tried to teach the kids the metric system. You know what I mean? Couple grams, couple Ks.
Yeah.
I watched an entire video. It was a cartoonized video.
Okay.
About why the imperial system is better than the metric system.
Okay.
And that Americans are not we haven't Americans use the metric system.
Occasionally.
No, all the time.
Okay.
Because a foot is like each one has that.
I use freedom units.
Like point whatever like a foot is 0.9 of a meter or something
Right.
like that. That's the metric for a foot. That's what you.
Yeah. Whatever. Yeah.
You know what I mean? It wasn't nearly as interesting coming out of my mouth as it was going into my head.
Okay.
So that's
so
all.
Your point is that by using feet and inches, we're actually using the metric system because it can be converted.
We're using the metric system because the metric system has defined American units into their system.
Wow, the more you know.
Right. I don't know. Maybe I misinterpreted. You know.
All kinds of systems of measure have been joined through the years. I mean, if you ask somebody how tall a horse is, do you know what they tell you? You know how they give it to you? In hands.
Hands is half a foot.
No. A hand is 4 inches.
Are you supposed to be the count or something now?
We're giving Rexy trauma. So there's a funny reason why I know that a hand is 4 inches. We had to do we had a group project to do for math when I was in high school to like pass our senior year.
Right.
So we opted to do a video presentation. So we chose a number of different. We figured out a couple of problems that were going to be pretty easy to play with, and then we wrote skits around them and filmed them. One was a terrorist trying to figure out how big to make his bomb, so we had to figure out what the area of impact was going to be. I strapped the dude to the tailgate of a pickup truck and drove him in a wild circle while he held sidewalk chalk to the ground. And then we measured it and figured out the area. And then one guy, his mom worked at the stables over at the track. So we went over there and we went out back to the muck pit, you know, where they take all what they clean out of the stalls, the muck.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And we measured the muck pit and figured out its volume in hands. And did the conversion.
All right. Well,
in every case, we used dry erase markers on whatever we could see it with with the camera. Side of a truck. We just walk up and start writing on something with dry erase. It was great. I wish I kept a copy of it.
Yeah. That's pretty funny. Well, hold on to your tighty whities, folks.
My tighty whities?
Yeah, because next up we're diving into the naked Florida truth and justice and the American way.
The American way.
The American way. Plus a clown who can't take a hint and a tragic tale of a deputy's last day. Then we flip the script and we talk about some serious bad girls. But we also have Rexy. He's going to play a game with us. He said he's got a brand new game. He's bringing to the table. We're going to be excited about that. So stay tuned because the world's still burning and we are still laughing.
Yeah, we are we?
Yeah.
Meow.
Shut up and
wrong one. This episode of the Media Virus Podcast is brought to you by 302-46 Voice. That's 302-46 Voice. If you want my voice on your project, dial 302-46 Voice today. Don't forget to check out our sister show on the Media Virus Podcast Network, Stepmoms Without Children. Join Ricky Rockdeff as she takes a deep dive into the fascinating people she meets and thinks that you should meet too. Find Stepmoms Without Children at themediavirus.com, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your fine podcasts. Special thanks to mysportsreports.com and delawaresports.com, delivering regional sports coverage straight to your devices via stream and podcast. Learn more at mysportsreports.com and delawaresports.com. If you wish to sponsor the Media Virus Podcast, email your contact information to pml@themediavirus.com with the subject line sponsor, or leave us a message at 646-VIRUS-01. On behalf of the infection team and our feckless leader, Maddie Rockdeff, I'm the Reverend Professor Mike Latoris, coming from to you live high atop Uncle Butch Studios, with one hand firmly on the pulse and the other clawing for a shred of sanity. This has been the Media Virus Podcast. We'll be back next week. Find us at themediavirus.com, on social media, or download us now from your favorite podcast platform.
All right.
Did you end that?
I'm going to ending it right now.
All right.